Welcome to the Village Board meeting of July 26th. Please join us in our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call, Mrs. Thomas.
Trustee Purcell. Here. Trustee Baloo. Here. Trustee Washington.
Here.
Trustee Harris Jones.
Here.
Trustee Heiferman.
Here.
Trustee Roman. President Hofeld.
Here. Representing staff this evening, to my left is our village manager Napoleon Haney. To my right, our village attorney Chris Cummings. To the audience's right, our police chief Denise McGrath, fire chief Bob Grabowski, director of finance Dennis Bubanek, economic and community development director Angela Maceras, and public works director John Schaefer. The minutes of July 12th. Any additions or corrections, Trustee Purcell?
Nothing.
Trustee Baloo?
Nothing.
Trustee Washington?
Nothing.
Trustee Harris Jones?
Nothing.
And Trustee Heiferman. May I have a motion to approve the minutes, please?
So moved. Second.
It's been moved by Trustee Purcell, seconded by Trustee Washington. Roll call, please.
Trustee Baloo, Trustee Purcell.
Aye.
Trustee Baloo.
Aye.
Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Trustee Harris Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Heiferman.
The minutes are approved. The claims list in the amount of $246,834.27 and a comment by our finance director, Mr. Bubanek.
There was a vendor name error on the claims list. So please note that on page 7 of tonight's claims list, we will adjust the vendor B Allen Graphics to $180 from the $1,386 listed, a reduction of $1,206. That $1,206 will be added to vendor name Hiskus, Dillner, and O'Donnell, who provides legal services for the village of Homewood. This does not affect the total claims list dollar amount, so I turn it back over to you for a motion in a second.
Thank you, Mr. Bubanek. Any comments or questions, Trustee Purcell?
Nothing here.
Trustee Baloo?
Nothing.
Trustee Washington?
Nothing.
Trustee Harris Jones?
Nothing for me.
Trustee Heiferman? May I have a motion to approve the claims list, please?
So moved. Second.
It's been moved by Trustee Washington, seconded by Trustee Harris Jones. Roll call, please.
Trustee Purcell.
Aye.
Trustee Baloo.
Aye.
Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Trustee Harris Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Heiferman.
The claims list is approved. Hear from the audience. Anyone in the audience care to make any comments? Mr. Crump? Thank you. The omnibus vote, Mrs. Thomas.
The board is asked to approve a special use permit for Simply Massage, the Wellness Center LLC, which will move from a location on Harwood to the building at 18036 Gottschalk. The move requires a special use permit for a salon spa establishment in the central business district. The board is asked to authorize President Hofeld to enter into an agreement with William Architects of Itasca to conduct a feasibility study and space needs assessment on the building at 1221 175th Street. The proposed use for the building is the relocation of the police department and e-com services. The Williams Architects contract is in the amount of $93,103. It is pending legal review. The board is asked to authorize President Hofeld to enter into an agreement with the Illinois State Tollway Authority for the purchase of a piece of property at 174th Street for $43,000. The board is asked to approve a budget amendment for an additional $13,000 to the line item for public safety testing procedures. The board is also asked to accept the pricing proposal of $37,419.50 from Stannard and Associates, Inc. of Chicago to perform public safety testing services for police and fire recruitment and a fire lieutenant promotional list. The board is asked to approve resolution R 3118 in support of a renewal of the Class 6B Cook County tax classification for the property at 17730 Hoffman Way. The property is owned by Prairie Properties LLC. Board is asked to pass ordinance MC 1062 to amend the zoning code to allow the operation of a veterinary clinic in the B4 shopping center district as a special use. The board is asked to approve ordinance M 2225 for a special use permit for a veterinary clinic at Petco at 17930 Halsted Street in the B4 shopping center zoning district.
Thank you. It should be noted that a comment was received with regard to item B, and that will be included in the minutes. Any comments or questions on these items? Board comments, trustee Purcell.
Just one question, the massage and wellness center on Gottschalk, wasn't there something similar in that location already that they're replacing? Do you remember?
Don't remember what the previous use was.
So I know that there was like a holistic place right in there too,
Yeah,
but
and then,
I was just thinking that that was like, okay, thank you.
There have been similar type uses over the
Yes.
years.
That's all.
Yes, trustee Baloo,
Nothing.
trustee Washington,
Nothing for
trustee Harris Jones,
Nothing for me.
trustee Heiferman. May I have a motion to approve the items on the consent agenda, please?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved by trustee Purcell, seconded by trustee Baloo. Roll call, please.
Trustee Purcell.
Aye.
Excuse me, trustee Baloo,
Aye.
trustee Washington,
Aye.
trustee Harris Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Heiferman.
The consent agenda is approved. New business. Chief Grabowski. Oh. Okay, Mr. Bubenek, I'm sorry. Right.
The rules of issuing municipal tax exempt general obligation bonds are heavily regulated. We use the Chicago firm of Chapman and Cutler to guide us through this process, like many other local governments use Chapman and Cutler in this area. Chapman and Cutler has educated us over the year on allowed reimbursement resolution. And that reimbursement resolution allows us to begin a capital project now, funded by GO bonds that we're going to get in the future, in our case, 2023. The replacement ambulance that Bob will talk about next is a perfect example. It takes a year to a year and a half to build. And by ordering now, we will get a better purchase price. So our process is we go through our capital projects. Bob's been telling us about this ambulance for years. We get a reimbursement resolution from Chapman and Cutler, which you have in your packet tonight, and we present to the village board for approval. That is our process. Bob has budgeted $380,000. The reimbursement resolution, though, is listed at $425,000, just in the event that something happens between now and the finalization of the construction of that ambulance. So our recommended board action is to pass the reimbursement resolution expressing official intent to reimburse certain capital projects from proceeds of general bond obligation the Village of Homewood will be issuing in 2023 for an amount not to exceed $425,000.
When we issue the bond in 2023, it's about $2 million.
About that, yes.
So that gives us a little bit of wiggle room for other
Yes, it
capital.
allows us to start this project though now at a little bit cheaper than waiting a year.
And we've done this in the past.
And we've done this in the past.
Any board comments? Chief Grabowski?
Thank you. Okay, on part two. They say I always come up here either to swear somebody in or spend a lot of money. That's what we're here for tonight, to spend a lot of money. So as Dennis said, our CIP budget included the replacement of this ambulance. Since I've been chief, every vehicle we purchased for Homewood, we purchased through general obligation bonds, everybody, because of the costs. Cost for these vehicles is just extravagant. They go up and up every year. So the ambulance we're replacing is a 2015 ambulance. It's 8 years old. We had a 10-year schedule. We moved them down to 8-year schedules just because the amount of calls and runs were going on. We get busier every year. So the price of this ambulance right now is locked in with these costs, which includes the ambulance, the Knoxbox medical vault, which is where we keep all the medications in there, the striker cot itself, which has been a tremendous help to our firefighters with back injuries. I mean, we're down to nothing because these cots are hydraulic cots and they're just great. mounting brackets, the radios, the lettering decals, and the computer mounts for a total of $380,000. So even though Dennis stated we've allowed extra money, I do not see us going over that mark. So we should stay right at 380,000, maybe even a little less. We've already locked in on the quote for the ambulance itself at $301,873. And the striker cot. The rest of the stuff we'll lock in over the next few days if you approve it this evening. And I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. I appreciate Captain Lashik and Lieutenant Jason Presnick who worked on this, putting this spec together for this ambulance.
Comments or questions from the audience? Board comments, Trustee Purcell.
I just want to say, I know that we are a very financially responsible village when we do things like this, and this is something that's very much needed. I have no problem whatsoever.
Trustee Baloo,
Thank you for presenting that information.
Trustee Washington,
Nothing to add. Thank you.
Trustee Harris Jones,
Thank you.
and Trustee Heiferman.
I have no question about the perhaps necessity for the new ambulance. Is there, do we look at just years or do we look at miles? Do we, how do
We look at years and hours. So we got 10,101 hours on there. Per NFPA, each hour driven or with the engine running is equal to 33 miles driven. I cut it in half to 16.3, 163,000 miles is where we're at right now because we're at 10,101 hours on that ambulance. We still have another year and a half to go. The last ambulance we replaced was on a 10-year cycle. We actually waited 12 years and we were spending money like you wouldn't believe to keep it running. So we've replaced every vehicle since I've been here now. So this is the first of the first that I'm replacing since I've been here. So, and it is expensive. I won't keep your time, but our last ladder truck we bought, the only ladder truck we bought, 700,000 in 2011. That's 1.2 million today.
Thank you.
It is what it is, yes.
Incredible. How many ambulances will we have?
We have two. We're going to replace the 2015, and then I will sit with the Hazel Crest chief and the Flossmore chief. More than likely, the one we have, we will keep as our backup ambulance because we have that contract with the 3 towns. And then we'll get a value of it, and the 2 towns will pay for us the trade-in value. If we were to trade it in, we'll get that money back.
Okay. With that, may I have, we'll take both of these under one motion. Approve resolution R3119 for reimbursement in the capital expenditure and also waive competitive bidding and to purchase an ambulance through the purchasing cooperative as explained by Chief Krabowski. May I have a motion to approve both of these items, please?
So moved.
It's been moved by Trustee Purcell, seconded by Trustee Washington. Roll call, please.
Trustee Purcell.
Aye.
Trustee Baloo.
Aye.
Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Trustee Harris Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Heiferman.
Motion is approved. Item C will be deferred for a later date. General board discussion. Trustee Purcell,
Nothing bad.
Trustee Baloo,
Nothing.
Trustee Washington.
A couple of weeks ago, I thanked Mr. Bubenik for a wonderful interview for the GSU students, Governor State University students. And then our own village manager came through for us and provided a great interview that once again helps the students to apply the theory and actually see someone who's doing it. So I just want to thank him for taking the time now to provide such a great interview for the students.
Thank you. Trustee Harris Jones,
Nothing for me.
Trustee Heiferman.
I assume we'll see everybody in this room at the Science Center event on Thursday night. Bidding is open and tickets, a few tickets are still available if anybody didn't order theirs yet. And I'll see you then.
And today was a great day for the Village of Homewood. We officially connected our water source with Hammond and Chicago Heights. Mr. Schaefer, anything you'd like to add to that?
I know we did some final testing today with it. Everything seems to be in order and we'll be starting to do our transition starting tomorrow.
Okay, so we can truly say goodbye, Chicago. Hello, Hammond. And thank you and your crew. You were outstanding through this whole project. Yeah, can't say enough good things.
Once again, it was a great team effort between village staff and working with Chicago Heights and Hammond and our engineer. It was a great team effort.
We appreciate your leadership.
Can I say that this is one of those things that I thought would take like 8-10 years? And I never imagined that it could be done so quickly. Thank you so much.
Oh,
With that, may I have a motion to adjourn, please?
So
Second.
It's been moved by trustee Purcell, seconded by trustee Washington. Roll call, please.
Trustee Purcell.
Aye.
Trustee Baloo.
Aye.
Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Trustee Harris Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Hartman.
Hi.
We stand adjourned. Thank you all.